Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic. How many countries are considered enemies of America? It's a question that's more complicated than it seems. International relations aren't black and white, it's more like a spectrum. There are countries with whom the US has a frosty relationship, some where it's downright glacial, and then there are those where we're basically in a staring contest with our fingers hovering over the declare war button. So, buckle up as we try to unpack this geopolitical baggage and maybe, just maybe, find some hope for a slightly less hostile future. And if not, well, at least it won't be boring. Let's start with the heavily armed hermit kingdom in the room, North Korea. The US and North Korea haven't exactly been on speaking terms since the Korean War in the 1950s. The relationship is stuck in a weird time warp, fueled by decades of mistrust, propaganda, and North Korea's love for its missiles. It's not just the missiles, it's the human rights record, the secrecy, the whole supreme leader thing. So yeah, North Korea is definitely up there on the complicated relationship scale. But hey, at least they provide some excellent material for late-night comedy writers. Next up we have Iran, a country with a rich history and a relationship with the US that could make a soap opera writer say, okay, that's a bit much. Things haven't been peachy since the 1979 Iranian Revolution and the hostage situation at the US Embassy. We've been butting heads with Iran for decades, fueled by mistrust, differing ideologies, and that whole nuclear program thing. The US worries that Iran is trying to build a nuclear weapon, while Iran insists it's all for peaceful purposes. It's all very he said, she said, except with potentially catastrophic consequences. So yeah, the relationship is strained, to say the least. Chapter 3. Russia, from Cold War to whatever this is. Russia, the land of vodka, Tolstoy, and meddling in US elections. We went from Cold War rivals to, well, whatever this is. We've had our moments, like that brief period in the 90s when everyone pretended to get along. Fast forward to today, and relations are, shall we say, a tad frosty. There's the annexation of Crimea, the cyber attacks, the meddling in elections, and potential war crimes. There are areas where we cooperate, like space exploration, because nothing says let's put aside our differences like hurtling through the cosmos together in a metal box. Still, it's a complicated relationship full of mistrust and the ever-present threat of things escalating quickly. Chapter 4. China, an economic tug-of-war with global stakes. Our relationship is a bit like that couple who's constantly bickering but stays together for the sake of the kids. Except in this case, the kids are the global economy. China is both our biggest trading partner and our biggest strategic competitor. It's a delicate dance, fueled by interdependence and a whole lot of suspicion. There are trade wars, intellectual property disputes, human rights concerns, and the South China Sea situation. But here's the thing, we need each other. China needs our consumers, and we need their manufacturing might. It's a codependent relationship, fraught with tension, but impossible to ignore. Chapter 5. Venezuela, a slow burn situation. The relationship between the US and Venezuela has been strained for years, thanks to differing political ideologies and a whole lot of accusations. The US accuses Venezuela of human rights abuses, corruption, and cozying up to Russia. Venezuela in turn accuses the US of imperialism and meddling in their affairs. It's a messy situation with no easy answers. The US has imposed sanctions which some argue only hurt the Venezuelan people more. Others say we need to take a stronger stance against the government. So, for now, the relationship remains stuck in this holding pattern, like a plane circling endlessly above an airport. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of America's complicated relationship status with the world. It's messy, it's confusing, and it's probably giving some diplomats a serious case of heartburn. But here's the thing, the world is a complicated place and international relations are rarely simple. It's an ongoing process, requiring dialogue, diplomacy, and a healthy dose of realism. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.